All right. In international news, a U.S. destroyer ship wandered, or not wandered, but moved into a disputed Chinese island, according in the South China Sea, according to CNN and the AP. Um, so in the South China Sea, there's still a competition over the international waters, and there is something called I believe it's the nine dash line, the nine dash line, and I think I have an image of it here somewhere. I'll try to bring it up on the screen. But the nine dash line is essentially, let's see what we can do here. Can I pull up on screen? There we go. This is the region in the South China Sea that China has claimed sovereignty over. And as you can see, this region extends much further than the normally accepted water sovereignty that's recognized by international communities. And this is something that's been ongoing for years now, for many years. And inside of this region, China has been building up artificial reefs. And they're changing. This is one of the images I didn't get a chance to upload again. If you look at this image on the left, you can see what the reef looked like in 2014, and on the right, you can see the more southern border of that same reef in 2015. They've built up over 3,000 acres of artificial islands and artificial reefs. Not only have they built it up, but they've also militarized it. They've stacked in warships, warplanes, military warplanes. Just they've militarized it enough to defend this extension of their sovereignty into the region that crosses the international waters, that's claimed by the Philippines, by Vietnam, by Taiwan, by Brunei, and by Malaysia. And so you have 6 countries that are competing over this sovereign region that extends into their oceans, into the South China Sea, and China is basically saying, "Nah, bitch, this is all mine." And I don't know where that came from, but whatever. But anyway, so today a U.S. destroyer ship got within 12 nautical miles of the fiery reef, and that's actually the image that I was just showing you, the fiery reef, and they were expelled is the word that China used. China warships and fighter jets actually were scrambled to expel the U.S. destroyer. And it ended without incident, but it was a very intentional move by the United States that they've been doing on a regular basis to demonstrate that they do not recognize this extension of sovereignty into these international waters. They're trying to maintain the ability of not only the United States, but other nations to traverse those waters unencumbered by China's power grab and their sea grab. I wanted to say land grab, but it's actually a sea grab. And they're reinforcing these. So there is a great potential of conflict in this region. There one overestimation or one underestimation, one flight pattern that goes off trajectory too much, one chance encounter could change the entire tone from being a let's scramble jets and, you know, kind of that routine of dog and pony show. The U.S. is going to encroach, China is going to scramble, and they're going to have a meeting of words, and that will be the end of it. But there is the potential of this going too far. And so in terms of actually doing something about it, the Philippines is suing China in the International Court of Arbitration at The Hague in order to push back their encroachment on the Philippines' waters. What's interesting about it is Vietnam is appealing to the United States to come more aggressively into the region so that they can help push back and buffer China. So there has been an ongoing competition. China is not de-escalating, and de-escalate is actually the wrong word. China is not withdrawing their expansion. is the more accurate phrase to use. They are pushing further and further, and they are solidifying their gains by building up these artificial islands, and then also militarizing them. And the U.S. is saying no. We're still going to sail through. We're still going to send ships through because these are international waters and you don't have any actual sovereign claim to it. So that's what happened today. Another song and dance that can unfortunately potentially lead to violence. If there's something that is underestimated, a flight pattern that's overestimated, a trajectory that goes off course, it could actually be very problematic.